Welcome to the Collab Education Channel, your destination for sophisticated content knowledge and innovative teaching practices. As pioneers in the education industry, our goal is to revolutionize and reignite the teaching profession. Our cutting-edge maths and literacy content is specifically designed for foundation phase teachers who are dedicated to reshaping the current education landscape. This animated module has been taken directly from our mobile app and is part of our freemium package. With a new piece of content released every week, you will have access to top quality, user-friendly ideas right at your fingertips. This animation is part of our Grade 1 mathematics content. Join us on this exciting journey of education innovation and excellence.
As with every mathematics lesson, the introduction to a new concept should involve some mental maths whole class activities. The introduction to your lesson should always create interest for the children. Having the children witness your enthusiasm for numbers and maths is essential. Numbers and maths are all around us. Children are naturally curious and begin quantifying objects from an early age. For example, how many fingers they have, how many birds they can see, or how many steps they have taken. At this age, the children should learn to confidently rote count aloud from 1 to 20. Counting becomes a means of describing quantity and allows for comparison once the child has a meaningful understanding of numbers. The concept of zero is usually more difficult to grasp than counting and other early number concepts. We therefore usually introduce it only after a child has understood the value of numbers to some extent. We introduce children to the quantity of a number using concrete objects, and then the symbol. The difference between 0 and other numbers is that all of the other numbers have a concrete visual form, whereas 0 does not. The purpose of this lesson is to develop the children's abilities to count aloud, forwards and backwards to 20. Counting forms a foundation for all mathematical skills, including addition, subtraction, division and multiplication. Counting forwards. Music is a wonderful tool for getting children interested and tuned into maths. The inclusion of actions, gestures, and movements during these songs is important and should be modeled by you. The children should become familiar with these songs and actions over the course of the year. Some introductory counting songs and rhymes include 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Once I Caught a Fish Alive. This is a good song for getting children counting in order to 10. Two other examples are 1, 2, Buckle My Shoe, and 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. We are all exposed to number sequences. A typical example that children naturally explore is counting their steps or their jumps. When singing Happy Birthday to a child in the class, clap along as you count their age at the end of the song. As a class, you can do star jumps and count as you jump. Because the natural order of the classroom is to have children sit, making the lessons active will add a new dimension to their learning. Children will naturally be more attentive, engaged, and motivated if you add a physical element to your lessons. A simple game that involves the whole class is to have one child start counting aloud by saying 1. The next child says 2. Continue like this around the circle or rows of desks until you reach 20. As the class become progressively more confident, try counting backwards from 20 to 0. They will initially need your help with this. To better focus the children's attention in this game, you may want to use a prop. For example, have the class pass around a teddy bear or ball. Any object will do. Only the child who's holding the prop may speak. To add excitement to this game, the children can use different voices, for example a whisper, a deep voice, or a high pitch. You can make this game more challenging by specifying one number that the children are not allowed to say. They can substitute the number with a silly word or sound. For example, if they are not allowed to say the number 8, they could say elephant instead. This creates some excitement and encourages thinking. As the class becomes more confident in their ability to count to 20 and back, you can begin the counting process from a number other than 0. Counting backwards. The above game can also be played counting backwards from 20 to 0. Have the children crouch down and count backwards from 20. As they say their number, they can jump up, pretending to be space rockets. They can substitute the number 0 by saying liftoff. Some songs that illustrate counting backwards include 10 green bottles and 5 little ducks went out one day. As the children develop their ability to rote count forwards and backwards to 20, it is important to note that rote counting does not give meaning to the words. When the children begin to develop their skill of counting actual objects, the numbers 1 to 10 will begin to have more meaning.
Thanks for joining us today. We hope you found this animated module informative and engaging. Mark your calendars for our next release, airing next week Wednesday at 8 a.m. Central Africa Time. To stay up to date with our latest releases, make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and follow us on all of our social media platforms, including Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and TikTok. We appreciate your support and look forward to sharing our next module with you. Join the Collab tribe today.